Evacuation orders are a serious matter. It means local officials think your life could be in danger. You need to listen to them. This hurricane season, get a plan. Go to floridadisaster.org and get your plan today.
This message is brought to you by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, WKIS HD3, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470, WNN, with more of what you need to know. Tune in for Tom Trento's Take on the World, weekdays at 5 on AM 1470, WNN.
If you suffer from excruciating back pain and sciatica, pay careful attention. According to a study in the medical journal Spine, back surgeries to alleviate pain frequently backfire, leaving patients in more pain than before the surgery. A second study from the University of Cincinnati's College of Medicine provides clear evidence that 74% of surgeries for the back fail. But there is a solution and an end to your suffering. Dr. Fernando Ranella, he's a medical doctor and the founder of the Center for Back Pain Management, where he specializes in the elimination of back pain and sciatica quickly, easily, without surgery or any pain medication whatsoever. Dr. Ranella accepts Medicare and most insurance. He has a location in Delray and one in Fort Lauderdale. Call 561-819-6325. That's 561-819-6325.
When it comes to getting the word out about your business, radio is second to none. Here you are listening to talk radio right now. Imagine if the message you heard was about your business and why customers should choose you over your competitor. Isn't that what you need to help get to or stay at the top? Right now, right here on this Beasley Broadcast Group station, there are rare opportunities for you to do just that. Learn how you can be on the radio doing your own show about your business. And get those phones ringing. Call 561-997-0074. That's 561-997-0074. Take that small step to big prosperity. Now, call 561-997-0074.
This is your boy 50 Cent, and I'm here with Scott.
Hi there.
Scott's a true family man, but he might not catch your attention right away, so I'm lending my voice. Now, what happened, Scott?
Well, 50, I never thought it would be me. I was just your everyday, middle-class working American. But then I lost my job and still had a family of 4 to feed. I was afraid. You know, I was expecting people to be judgmental about me needing help, but I didn't run into any of that. The food bank is about more than just meals. It's about encouraging and helping people when they need it most.
Today, 1 in 6 Americans don't know where their next meal is coming from. Scott here could be your neighbor, your co-worker, your friend. He's just like you, and you probably don't even know he's struggling. But you can make a difference in Scott's life today. So visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find a local food bank to help.
I'm Scott.
And I'm 50 Cent. Together we are Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call up ever as a member of the National Guard. This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires. Some of the guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Florida National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470. WNN.
The opinions expressed in the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Golf and Travel Show, the place to fine-tune your swing, dress for the course, club, or cruise, and get tips on the best places to play and stay at the right price. Vacation or staycation, host Dan Schub, along with his expert co-hosts and guests, will tell you where to go. To play golf and vacation, that is. Now, here's Dan.
And welcome to the Golf and Travel Show. I'm your host, Dan Schub, and as the name indicates, we're going to be talking golf, and then we're going to be talking travel. And, of course, I've been writing and hosting golf, travel, and entertainment radio programs in South Florida for over a decade, and I'm a member of the Golf Writers Association of America. So you can expect to hear some golf and travel tips. Sometimes we'll have some giveaways, but maybe not today. I don't think we have time. And a lot of interesting guests, and we've got some great guests today. We're going to be talking a little bit later to Chris Reeves of Edwin Watts Golf Shops. He manages the local Boca Raton shop here, and we're going to find out what's going on in the retail world of golf. We are also going to be talking to Matt Greenham of Air New Zealand Vacations and find out what's going on the other side of the world. And we're going to then talk to Mark Wilczynski of Wyndham Hotels locally here in Boca. So we're talking to folks that are far, far away and people that we could probably hit a 3-wood to reach right from the studio here. So it'll be a very, very interesting show today. And first I want to also introduce my co-hosts to you. First, Jerry Augustine. And I think she's coming into the studio right now. And Jerry brings to us over 25 years of experience in the service and hospitality industry. She's currently the president and owner of Sea Dreams Travel in Jupiter. And at Sea Dreams, she's that concierge who can create the perfect vacation for you and your family. And Sea Dreams has a very knowledgeable staff that travels the world. And her tagline, Your World, Your Way, is exactly what Sea Dreams is all about. And when you listen to the Golf and Travel Show and Jerry, she's going to prove to you every week how booking travel yourself is not your best or easiest route. Say hello, Jerry.
Hi, everyone.
And when we start talking about golf, which we will in a minute or two, we got the expert right here, Jess Frank. And Jess Frank is a PGA teaching professional and owner of the Jess Frank Golf Academy at Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club, just up the road in Boca Raton. He specializes in on-course instruction with V1 video analysis. He believes that every lesson and every swing is different. He likes to focus on the scoring part of your game, the short shots taught on the golf course, which instills confidence. Some of you may know him because he's worked at area country clubs such as St. Andrews, Boca Laga, and Broken Sound. He loves to teach and has a passion for the game because golf is real challenging, but he makes it easy for you to learn and excel. How you doing today?
Oh, it's excellent. I'm doing really well. Good evening, Dan and Jerry. It's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day in Boca Raton.
And this is the time that we like to hone that swing from our listeners and help them get the ball in the cup a little bit faster.
Absolutely.
So, when people take lessons with you, it's a tremendous value, right?
Oh, for sure.
But when they listen on the air, that is the best value of all because they get free tips that will help improve their game, and they don't have to pay anything.
No, free advice, especially coming from a professional like Jerry or myself, is really good.
See,
it's good value.
Free is one of those few 4-letter F words that we can say on the radio, so we'll keep it at free today.
That's right.
But so what words of wisdom do you have for the listeners today?
Well, this evening, Dan, I'd like to speak about course management and strategy, which I find in teaching and doing a lot of playing lessons over at Boca Dunes, which they have a beautiful 18-hole course and also a 9-hole course to work on the short game and the course management strategy. So is putting yourself in a position to score. And I have a definition of strategy as a plan or method to achieve a goal to help you play better golf.
So pounding balls at the range doesn't help with this?
Well, that's a big part of it as well. And I'd say that, you have to have the technique. and then you take the technique out on the golf course. But what happens sometimes is the average player starts to think too much and has probably anywhere between 25 to 50 thoughts going through their heads in an average round. So what I like to do is I like to simplify the game, and I've got 5 strategies to help our listeners today lower their scores.
You've whittled it down to just 5 things that's going to help everybody score better.
You know the KISS method, right?
Oh,
Keep it simple.
Sure.
So that's something that we're gonna talk about tonight. And the first thing I always like to say is that when you're hitting into the green, the best way to lower your scores is to hit to the fat part of the green, or the part that doesn't have the pin tucked in the left corner.
So you don't get in that nasty bunker behind the green, is what you're saying.
Exactly. So what happens is you don't short side yourself where you have little green to work with, so then if you're in the bunker, you hit way past the pin, and then you got to come back for 2 or 3 more shots. So
the average golfer can't, stop the ball on a dime, is what you're saying?
No, and you know what, target golf is tough, and especially down here in Florida with the wind blowing so much as it does off the ocean, you really want to take that extra club to help you get that ball right into the middle of the green. And what happens is great is that if you just aim towards the middle of the green, if you miss it a little bit right, if you miss it a little left, you're usually still on the green and still putting. So it's going to give you that advantage to lower your score.
Hey, and what's up with those real narrow, wide greens that no matter where you aim, it's really narrow, but it's wide? I hate those.
Yeah, the narrow, wide greens is, they come into play at every golf course, but it's, you get, that's what's so interesting about golf, is that golf, it's not like you're playing on the same basketball court with rims 10 feet, every single time. Anytime you play golf, you're always in different conditions, even if you're playing the same golf course.
And hitting from a different place, even on the same golf course, sure. I mean, you're on the right side, the left side, out of the bunker, exactly.
So the next thing I'd like to touch on is just for them to go out, for the average golfer, just to go out and play golf. Enjoy your round of golf. Don't think. Do a rehearsal. Get a pre-shot routine. Make a swing. And then Annika Sorenstam, I went to a seminar that she had given, and she talked about once you step into the box to hit the shot, that's all you're thinking about is hitting the shot. You're not overthinking, well, my hand should be here, my left shoulder should be here, just play golf. It's like any other sport, react, play golf, see the shot, hit it, and then go. And then if you hit, the best players in the world hit bad shots, so we're fallible. So the next thing is I'd like to always talk about controlling your rhythm and tempo in the swing. So when you have good rhythm, good tempo, good balance, that's going to help you hit a lot of good shots, and that's going to, give you good strategy of when you do that. It's not like you have to overswing. So a lot of times I'll advise the players, whether any level player, whether it's someone who's beginning or someone who's a little more advanced, is make your swing controlled and not overswing and fall back. Make a swing that has you on balance.
Yeah, I like to think of it, and again, I'm no teaching pro, but kind of like a grandfather clock, where it goes forward and back and forward and back, that it needs to be that same tempo when you go back and you go forward.
Focus on your follow through, focus on your finish. Don't worry about, hitting at the ball. So the other part is be positive. So, so many times
that's difficult for most of us.
I'll stand up there on a tee box, and I'll ask my lesson I'm giving. I'll say, hey, what are you thinking about right now? And they're like, well, I don't want to go in the water. And I'm like, oh boy, that's the wrong. Well,
and when you're playing somebody for $2 or Nassau or whatever, that's what you tell them. Hey, don't put in that water over there.
If you're playing for somebody if you're playing someone for money, that's okay to do. But as far as when you want to lower your scores, think about where you want to put the ball, not where you don't want to put the ball. So I do want to hit it down the right side of the fairway. I do want to hit it a little bit higher than normal. I do want to hit it into the fairway. I do want to hit it on the green. Not I don't want to go in the bunker because I'm not very good out of the bunker. So
self-fulfilled prophecies. They become
exactly. And then my last tip for you is to play smart. Play smart. So if you have a narrow par 4, fairway, and it's, let's say, 380-yard par 4, and you have trees on the left, bunker on the right. What you want to do?
Keep the driver in the bag.
Keep the driver in the bag.
I knew you were going there with that.
Hybrid. Hit the 3-wood. Get something out there.
Yeah, you still can get there in 2 anyway.
Exactly. So, Tin Cup said, hit the 2-iron up the chute. So it's, one of those things, play within yourself and just go out and enjoy. And hopefully these 5 strategies will definitely lead to lower scores.
Awesome.
Yep.
It's rules to live by on the golf course. There you go. And that's why playing lessons on the golf course are so much better than just at the range.
Exactly.
You can go over all that stuff.
The playing lessons are a great way to learn the game.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
It's early Sunday morning. The sun is coming up. I'm on the tee at 7. I'm here to try my luck. They say this game's a tough one, but I'll give it my best shot. Though the bunkers look like beaches and the greens like parking lots. Oh, Lord, what am I gonna do? Help me keep my head down. Save me from those double bogey blues.
And we are back, but it is time for a message from our sponsors. Jess, you want the honors?
Absolutely. And today I was out at the beautiful Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club giving some lessons, helping some golfers. And Boca Dunes is one of the best-kept secrets in South Palm Beach, which offers this championship par 72 course, a challenge for all skill levels, and a par 3 executive course for those who want to get in a quick round or are new to the game. Ladies, if you're new to the game or would like to get started, they're offering a ladies' night November 7th, 3:30 to 6:30 for only $30. You'll get a 1-hour group lesson, 1-hour plain executive course lesson, and a 1 hour of drinks and hors d'oeuvres. There will be raffles and prizes as well. If you're already a golfer, it's a good way to get pointers and meet new people. Call 561-451-1600, extension 101, to reserve your spot. And with the only lighted driving range in Boca Raton, you can come out and practice till 10 p.m. daily. Come see for yourself what a great course this is, located at 1400 Country Club Drive in Boca Raton, or check out their website at bocadunes.com to book your tee time or get additional information. Call 561-451-1600, extension 101, and talk to Tammy.
And the Jess Frank Golf Academy, which is the home of the playing lesson where you can learn course management, and it's also the home of my co-host Jess Frank, who for 15 years has been improving golfers' ball striking, consistency, and distance. He's a PGA teaching professional and the owner of the Jess Frank Golf Academy, which is located in Boca Raton at the beautiful Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club. If you're a seasoned golfer trying to break 80 or a beginner, Jess's passion is to help you play better golf and have a lot of fun. Each lesson includes on-course time with V1 video analysis focusing on improving all facets of your game. For a limited time, new students who mention the Golf and Travel Show will receive a $25 Edwin Watts Golf Shop gift card with the purchase of a series of lessons. And to learn more about the services of the Jess Frank Golf Academy, call 561-213-8579. That's 561-213-8579, or visit jessfrankgolf.com.
I'm a golfer, and I wrote a little parody of, do y'all remember the Tennessee Ernie Ford song, 16 Tons? This is called 18 Holes. Snap your fingers. Snap your fingers. When you see me tee up, you better step aside. A lot of men did, a lot of men died. I hooked it to the left, I shanked it to the right. I'll be searching for my ball until the dark of the night. You play 18 holes, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Andrew, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the country club pro.
And that, when I heard that song from John Denver, I just had to share it with everybody. That was pretty cool. You just don't think of him as a golfer. I mean, you think of him as a hiker or something in, the mountains of Colorado. So I just thought that was very cool. There's a lot of golfers that you just don't know.
You don't.
You just don't know.
You don't know.
But in any event, I think it's time for our next guest, or our first guest.
Absolutely.
So why don't you introduce?
Dan and Jerry, I'm really excited tonight because we have a very special guest, as he's a friend of mine and a coworker of mine at the local Edwin Watts Golf Shop right off Yamato Road. His name is Chris Reeves, not to be confused with Superman, even though that is his nickname. He is the manager of the Edwin Watts Golf Shop right here in Boca Raton, and he has a strong golf background. He played at Alabama for 2 years, and then went on to Seton Hall, graduated from Seton Hall, but has the record for the most top 5 finishes. And then after Seton Hall, went on to play professionally, and played 8 years professionally. Played in the Michelob Open at Kingsmill, Virginia on the tour, also the FedEx Open in Memphis, Tennessee. And Chris has a love and passion for the game that I see every day that he brings to Edwin Watts. And also, right now, he's one of the top Palm Beach County amateur golfers in the area. And so I'd like to say good evening to Chris, and welcome to the Golf and Travel Show.
Well, thanks for having me, Jeff, and thanks for the great introduction.
No, it's my pleasure as we get to work side by side on a daily basis. So, like I said, Chris has the passion to help golfers get better. And so, Chris? Just a question for you. What changes in technology over the past 5 years working at Edwin Watts have you seen that could help the average player enjoy the game more?
Well, there's quite a few. I mean, obviously, the shafts have really changed. They've gotten a lot lighter to help people increase their swing speed. The club head, there's a few different companies with Adams and TaylorMade that has got the velocity slot, so it gives a little extra spring for the fairway woods and hybrids. Drivers have gotten a lot better aerodynamically. They've gotten lighter, so people can swing the ball a lot faster. The ball has changed quite a bit. Irons have really made big leaps from for the average player. The off-center hit, golf, as you know, is a game of misses, and the new irons from heel to toe misses. You don't lose as much as you have in previous generations of clubs and clubs beforehand. So there's been quite a leap in equipment in the last 4 to 5 years. As Jeff is saying, it just keeps getting better and better every year. Even though you don't think they can keep doing it, it's amazing. It's like they reinvent the wheel every year. So it's been quite a leap, especially in the last year or two, where they've really made some big jumps in the fairway woods and hybrids.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and also the ability to make drivers adjustable. That's something that really helps with fitting.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I mean, fitting has really become the biggest part, I think, of the new clubs, is getting the right club for you. It makes such a difference to have the right shaft in a club. I mean, we talk about it all the time. The shaft is like the engine of the golf club. It's what drives the club. And if somebody has the wrong shaft in the club, they're not going to get the performance they need. It's kind of like driving a car down 95 in first gear. You're going to go, but you're not going to go the speed limit, or you're not going to go fast enough to stay up in traffic. So the big key is to get people in the right shaft, and then we're finding in the drivers that tweaking the loft to get the right loft has really made quite a difference. So you get a good marriage between the height the ball takes off and spins, so you get the max distance. So that's really made quite a difference.
Yeah, and when talking about fitting, and I think that we see on a daily basis is something that makes Edwin Watts different than most golf retailers out there. And why don't you take us through, somebody comes in the store, take us through a fitting process that you would do with an average player.
Yeah, I mean, the thing we first, you talk to them about what type of player they are, how they play, what they're looking to get out of it, what their needs might be. Then, the best part about our store and our company at Edwin Watts is quality of people, the Jess Frank, the Chris Reed, the Tony, the Roy Maupin that we have in club repair. So you get a feel, everybody is very good at getting a feel for what the players need. Then, there's some really great tools out there that we all use, on a daily basis. Is like we talked about shaft is Mizuno has come out with a shaft optimizer that in 3 swings can pretty much narrow down, somebody's, how they swing, how they load the club, how they release the club, the toe angle of how the shaft flexes and twists. So we can get the shaft in 3 swings and know whether they're a senior flex for somebody who swings at a slower, a regular flex, a stiff flex. And you can really go into the intricacies of what they might need, putting, without getting, too technical, the hard stepping and soft stepping of shaft to make it custom fit that person. And we have them swing and we see, and then once we have the shaft, it's coming down to what club they hit the best, whether it might be your Ping, your TaylorMade, your Mizuno, your Adams, what club fits them the best, and we can try all the different shafts because of the fitting parts we have to see what club really fits them the best, and then they walk out of there knowing that they've got the club, that is best for them. I mean, you'll also size people up by their height, their arm length to the floor, so we get the proper length. And then there's some tweaking, whether lie angle, whether they need to be upright or flat, that we do as well. So it makes a big difference in the amateurs play, and even in good players. We see it all the time. Good players are constantly tweaking their equipment a little bit here and there because they need to get the ball in the center of the club face, and you need to hit it, the best that you can.
Yeah, and I mean that's you're right on, and I mean it's technical, and you're taking someone who needs to be fitted for the proper clubs. But I also think it's not only science, but it's also art, and that's where I think Edwin Watts stands out, is the fact that the people who work for Edwin Watts are passionate about the game, and they play the game, and they love to play the game like yourself. So, don't you think that's an advantage for someone like yourself who's a really good player, who has the feel, who has the experience of playing at a high level, to fit someone at Edwin Watts?
I absolutely can't agree with you more. I agree with you 100%. Because you can talk about the product because you're actually playing the product, and you've seen what the product does, you've hit the product, you've experienced everything. So it gives you a different comfort level and a different approach to people, that really makes a difference, that speaks volumes, because I can say, hey, you know what, I'm playing that driver, I've hit that driver, I know what that driver does. And it really gets a comfort level between you and the customer. And it makes a difference, because there's no better feeling. And, you've experienced and I experienced it when a customer comes back and goes, oh, my God, Jess, Chris, those clubs you sold me are perfect for me. I've never hit the ball better. And that's what we do it for. That makes you feel the best, is when you hear somebody say, I can't believe I could hit the ball like this. You were so right. And it makes a difference. For people who just buy it off the shelf and don't try it, it's really doing yourself an injustice, because you should get custom fit from any one of our guys, all our locations. I mean, obviously we want you to go to Boca, but, that's the difference that, I think sets our company apart is the employees.
And we also, I like to categorize our store as a one-stop shop. So you can pick up everything from gloves to golf balls to the clothes. I mean, so you have everything available.
Yes, I agree. It is. I mean, you can head to toe, and any club needs you want, we can get, and you will leave there with everything you need to play the best golf you can possibly play.
So what would you say to somebody who wants to come in and get fit? When are you available? When is the store available?
Our store is open Monday through Friday from 10 to 7, Saturday 10 to 6, and Sunday 11 to 4. You can come in anytime. There's no appointment necessary. Any one of us there will be more than happy to take the time to get you fit, to get you in the equipment and the right stuff that you need. And on another note, too, of what you're talking about with the custom fitting, it's important to have a good instructor. They talk about Jeff here, but having somebody that you can go to who can look at your swing and see makes a big difference as well. So it is a twofold system. You can't just, buy the clubs and go, okay, I'm going to get better. You also need to see a professional like Jeff who can make a difference and get you better at the game as well.
Well, I really appreciate that, sir, and thank you so much for joining us tonight and talking about your golf and how you help people here in the Boca Raton area, South Florida area, get better at the game. So I really appreciate it, Chris. Thanks for coming on with us tonight.
No worries, Jess. Thank you so much for having me. It was a real pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cinderella story, out of nowhere, a former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion.
It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole!